Hi everybody, my name is Ashley Elmer and I am an 8th grade science teacher here at York. I am also part of this year's small group training team. Hopefully we can help slowly get you comfortable with doing small group in your classrooms. So I'm going to be teaching you guys today how to identify students that need help, and after you identify students for specific TEKS or whatever it is that you want, then you can pull them and you can start conducting your small group. But one of the main questions we get is, I don't know what students to pull. So you will go to this page. This is our training page. I'm going to click present so you can see it from your point of view. Okay, so this is called keeping the distance, closing the gaps. Okay, so I'm going to go down to my part of it. It is identifying students. Here's a picture of your resource sheet. So right here, if you click, it says resource sheet, it will take you to that page. Let it load. Okay, so this is the resource page that you are more than welcome to print out and have next to you while you do the training. There are 4 different options on how to identify students. Okay, there are 3 options in Eduphoria, and there's 1 in Canvas, and I'm going to go through it step by step with you to make you feel more comfortable. Okay, so you can have this sheet printed out next to you while we go through this, or you can have it in a different tab. It is completely up to you. So the first thing you would want to do is go to your SSO so you can log in. Okay, and we're going to go to Eduphoria. Okay, it should automatically log you in since you went through the SSO. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is click Aware. Okay, and you're going to scroll all the way down over here to where it says Reports. You're going to click on Reports. Okay, so scroll down to where it says Teacher Lead Forward Reports, and we want the class quintile report. There is a campus quintile report, but we don't want that. We want the class one. Now, we have never met these kids that we're about to get and teach. So we cannot have data in our system yet. But what we can do is we can pull their stuff from last year. So I teach 8th grade, so since I don't have anything in the system yet, maybe I want to pull a small group within the first week just to see where my kiddos are. So what I can do is I can go into Eduphoria, and I'll show you in just a second, go to 7th grade science and pull from there and just see where they're at. Okay, so you'll click on Class Quintile Report, and then you have to go right here and select a test. So you're going to click on this Add button. Okay, and whatever subject you teach, you can type that in. Click Enter. And as you can see, you can also type in other keywords that will help pull up exactly what you want. Since I know there are no 8th grade science tests for my classes in yet because I haven't given them any sort of pre-assessment or anything, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for 7th grade because I know that is what I can find for my kids. Okay, I am a level and co-teach teacher. I don't teach pre-AP, so I would click on a level test because I know I'm going to get the most for my kiddos. Okay, I'm going to scroll down to Choose Test, if I can move my screen. Okay. And then over here, we can filter. I can do all of my students for this upcoming school year for this specific test if I want, or I can click on one class. I'm going to do one class. And then you're going to print report. Once it is done downloading, you can open it. And this is what, this is what it looks like. Okay, so you have 5 different quintiles. Okay, so in quintile 5, they got about 94% correct on average. Quintile 4, they got 90% correct on average on this specific test. Quintile 3, I have 86% average. Quintile 2 is 75%, and quintile 1 is your 61%. So I use this for seating charts. Now, granted, it depends on your classes. You know your kids better than anybody else, so you need to take that into consideration. Since I don't know these kids, I would probably pull them by quintile report and choose where they're going to sit. I know this kiddo right here got a 97% on the test. I probably don't want him sitting next to all these people that got something very similar on the test. I like to group highs and lows together for that peer tutoring concept. I think it's wonderful and I love it. So I would probably go with this child right here and pair them up with Rachel over here, because she didn't do very hot on this test. But I know if she needs help, this kiddo's probably a great resource for her to use. So that's how I like to do my seating charts. My kiddos are in groups of 4. I'm in a science lab. I have the room. It's really nice. So I do, and at one table I would have Saris and Rachel sitting together, and then I would have let's see, Faith and Sage. So I would have 4 different levels at one table. That way I have my highs helping my lows, and there should be some really good educational talk happening at that table. Okay. Another way is I can say, okay, I know these 4 kiddos in quintile 1 didn't do so well on that test. So maybe I can say, all right, I'm going to pull Rachel, Jade, Nicole, and Dana. These are going to be my 4 kiddos that I'm going to do a small group for right off the bat, because I know they did not get this concept very well. Okay? Or after you pull those 4, you can say, all right, now I'm going to pull these 4. I want Daniel, Brittany, Hope, and Sage. You're my second small group. Okay? So that is how you can use this quintile report. I use it for seating charts and to pull my small group. I love it. I use it almost on every single test that we take. It is great data for you to use. Okay, so that is one way, let's see, that you can do a quintile report to identify your students. So I'm going to exit out of this. Another thing you can do, and if you look on our resource sheet here, we've already done the quintile report. I took you step by step. Now we're going to do incorrect response by question. Okay, and that's, again, it is in Eduphoria. So I'm going to take it back a step just to kind of help you guys out. Okay, so let's go into Eduphoria. Takes a while to log in. Okay, you're going to go to Aware. And keep in mind, these are kids that we haven't tested yet in 8th grade. So I cannot pull data for their 8th grade assessment because I haven't given them anything. But I can go back to their 7th grade test and see how they did on specific topics and TEKS. So right now we are focusing on identifying students by their incorrect responses to questions. Okay, so let's say I have a test. I'm going to go to first period over here. I'm going to go down to campus assessment. You can also do this with district benchmarks if that is what you want. I'm going to do campus assessment. Select your subject. I am science. I want last school year, so 2019-2020. I want 7th grade because that's how old my kids were last year. And I'm just going to pick one of these tests. Let's go with this one. Okay. Up here, right now it's just showing me all my student scores, but I don't want that. I want student individual responses. When you click on that, it should automatically reload. And I know for question 1, I can see that Austin didn't get it right. Mackenzie, Juliet, and Dana didn't get it right. And neither did Saris, but they all picked A. So maybe I'm going to pull these 5 kiddos into a small group and discuss why they all picked A. Because maybe there's a big distinctive learning difference that's happening here that I'm not getting because I'm the teacher, and they can help me teach my other kids why A is not the correct answer. So that could be a good way to use this resource question by question. Okay? Another option is, if you look on this resource page, is incorrect response by learning standard. It's the same exact thing we just did, except instead of choosing student individual response, we are going to choose student learning standard breakdown. So again, you would go over here to the side, you would pick your test, and now it's going to break it up by TEK for you, by learning standard. So let's say I really want to look at 7-4A. Okay, I can pull this up and decide who I need to pull for small group for that TEK. So just by looking off the bat, this kiddo got a 50% and so did the one right below them. So I'd probably pull those two together. This kiddo got a 0%. So they got no questions right on that specific TEK. So I would probably pull those kids to a small group on TEK 7-4A and discuss that TEK with those kiddos. Okay, so those are 3 options in Eduphoria for you to use: quintile report, incorrect response by question, and by their standard, by their TEK. 3 really solid options. The last way I want to show you, and if you look at your resource page, we are down here, and it's Canvas. We all are very familiar with Canvas, especially after last semester. After spring break, we all got really good at Canvas. So I'm going to show you how you can pull kiddos that need a small group from Canvas. So again, you go through the SSO, it's the easiest way. You go to Canvas. I'm going to go to last year's course because that's where all my stuff is. I don't have anything for this year. So I'm going to go, you would just click on your course. I need to go kind of the roundabout way to do this. And I'm just going to go to my last year's enrollment. Okay, so this is my Canvas page. You're going to go over here on the side to grades. Okay, it doesn't have to be visible. It's only visible to you. That's fine. Click on grades, and it will take you to every single assignment, quiz, anything that you put in that a kid can do for a grade. It will all come up here. So I can see I've done layers of the earth, plate tectonic notes, Newton's second law, weather and convection, tectonics quiz. I'm going to do the tectonics quiz since I know that it's a quiz. So next to each title, if you put your cursor over it, it will come up with these 3 dots that you see right here. If you click on those 3 dots, you are going to get these options. You can sort these by grades high to low. You can put them from low to high. Any kid that is missing an assignment, any kid that turned it in late, if you had a set time that you wanted it turned in by, a deadline, you can message students. Like, I want to message my students that haven't submitted this tectonics quiz, and for this first period there's only one, so I can send her a message, say, hey, I don't know what's going on, I hope all is well, please get this quiz done, blah blah blah. And that message will only go to her. I could also do ones that scored less than, let's do a 70. Okay, and all the names will pop up that got less than 70. I can type the message. That message will only get sent to those kids. Okay, I like to use this by sorting by low to high. And that way I can see that, okay, Darian, Samuel, Viviana, and Rosalie. I know those 4 kiddos need help right now on tectonics before our test on tectonics. So that's how I use this to help pull my small group kids. Identify the kids that need help right now with that topic. Okay, I hope this video was helpful to you guys. You have the resource sheet with you. You can access it through the training page. You're welcome to come find me at any time. I'm in room 210, the very back of the building. So feel free to come find me. I'm more than happy to help you with whatever your needs are. All right, guys, good luck with this school year, and I hope to see you guys soon.